Martinsville Family Dentistry would like to invite you to experience Zoom. Zoom is a customized whitening experience that's created to make you look your best, give you dynamic results with a whiter, brighter smile in less than an hour. Over 10 million people have benefited from Zoom professional whitening treatment and have experienced the way a radiant smile can improve their self-confidence and their overall happiness. Patients have reported 5 to 8 shades whiter smile in just an hour. Martinsville Family Dentistry is taking new patients, so stop our office at 25 Cleveland Avenue, Suite A in Martinsville.
Here with Coach Mancino, Craig Head, and the defending state champs, back-to-back state champs, the Lady Chiefs. I feel like you guys are underrated most of the year. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and just start it off with a bang. First question, Miranda Crockett. How many times were you guys told that over the year that you couldn't do it without her, and how did that affect you going into the season? I'm going to start it off with Coach. I'm going to let him pass it around.
Well, I think that was part of our motivation coming into the season. I stressed that every day during the summer. A lot of teams thought it was just about Miranda, and it was never just about Miranda. Yes, she played a huge part of our success. She was State Player of the Year, but, the other girls played a huge part in that as well. I always say there's no I in team. And I think Miranda would agree with me, that it wasn't all about her. We had an awesome team that contributed a lot. I think about Sydney and Kendall played well in the state championship game. Nobody expected that, and they came out and played well, and I think those two were the X factors in that state championship game. So coming into the season, we knew that we kind of had a chip on our shoulder, and we knew that we had something to prove, and I think we did that.
I think coming into the season, we heard a lot that we wouldn't go very far without Miranda because everyone thought she was like the player we needed. Coach helped us. We worked really hard in the summer to make sure that we reached that point that we needed to be successful without her. I mean, he had all of his trust in us that we could overcome it, and we just needed to get to the level that we knew that we could do it to.
Now, as far as your expectations going into this season, of course you won last year. You're coming up on this year. A couple of key wins, especially the GW Danville win, the loss at the Blue Ridge Championship to Miller. What motivation do you give the girls, and what do they take from you? I guess I would ask the girls, what do they take from you on and off the court? So what motivation do you give? And for the girls, what do you take from him on and off the court?
Well, I try to motivate my girls every day, whether that's pushing them to get better at conditioning, get better at their jump shots, free throws, whatever it may be, I challenge them to make themselves better overall. A lot of people always say, we don't play competition, but I dare some of the teams in the area to play some of the teams that we play. Not to say that they would lose all of them, not to say they would win all of them, but it would be some very competitive games, Going into that Miller game, we've never beaten Miller, but, this year was the closest we've come to beating them. We had our opportunities, and I think we know as a team that we gave both of those games away.
Well, the motivation I get from Coach is, like he said, he gives us motivation all day, every day, whether it's on the court or off the court, and basically just never to give up on yourself and just stay in high spirits and make sure everybody else high spirits. If you see your teammate down, then pick them up. Like in the Miller game, it was times when they would get a run, and then I'm not saying that my teammates gave up, but, you got a frown on your face. You're not going to get too far. But, I mean, I'm not saying you got to necessarily smile the whole time, but just know that we're going to get our run. They got their run, we're going to get our run. So just always stay motivated and stay confident.
I'm motivated by Coach because he never lets me be comfortable where I am. He's always pushing me and making sure that I am getting to that next level, making sure that I want to be better. And he also does that for the entire team, making sure that we want to step it up to the next level.
For me, I always step up and be the leader on the court as kind of like coach, but just like a smaller version, and I always motivate my team.
Now, earlier this season, you actually said that your girls were getting off to slow starts. Really weren't starting as quick as you'd like, or the pressure, the intensity, everything wasn't up like you'd have it. How did you fix that in general?
Well, I don't think we ever truly fixed it. I think we just kind of evolved into a second half team. It frustrated me a lot through most of the games this year. But they always made me smile when the third quarter came around, because we always went on some type of run to kind of put the game away. And, I didn't like it originally, but, as the season progressed, I kind of just accepted it and told the girls, if you're going to do that, you better come out in the third quarter and play well.
Another question for you, Mancino. You guys went through some adversity this year. Of course, the Miranda Crockett situation, you getting that all the time. But, Taisha goes down. Semis went down earlier in the season as well. And then you got Leah Young over there. She steps up too. I mean, what is this up with this next man mentality and the depth of your team? Can you speak a little bit on that?
Well, in my personal opinion, I feel like we were deeper than any team in this area, any team in the state. We had a group of 10th graders that are really, really good, and they are all guards, with the exception of Erica. And, they all wanted to get out on the floor, but, we had the mentality that, like I said, I tell them all the time, just because one person plays a lot in this game doesn't mean that that person will play a lot in the next game. So I just always tell them and remind them that to be ready whenever your number is called, because you never know when we may need you. And I think the girls did a great job of adapting to that philosophy.
Who are your under-the-radar girls?
I would say, honestly, under-the-radar girls, Leah Young, Victoria Belcher, Kayla McGee. And, I think for a small portion of the season, Morgan Allred was an under-the-radar girl. But then, she started stepping it up in the second half of the season, and she started becoming more of a factor for our team, and teams started to game plan around her and things of that nature. And, those guards, I really do appreciate them. They put the work in, and I know that they're going to step up for next year, losing our 2 senior guards.
Back-to-back state titles. And I want this from each of the girls, honestly. How does it feel? Because can't that many people in Martinsville say they're back-to-back state champions or state champions nonetheless? How does it feel to have not only 1 ring, but 2 rings? I'm jealous.
Well, this is my first year being a part on this team, and from what all the girls told me about last year of being amazing, when we got the back-to-back, it didn't compare to what they told me. It just felt like really nice, and it made me appreciate everything that I put in.
For me, since I was on the team last year and everyone thought it was just like Miranda that made us win the state championship, for me it just was an accomplishment to prove that we can win a state championship without Miranda. Even though she was a good player, it just made us realize that we can still do it without her.
For me, I've been on this team since the 8th grade. That year we had a lot of seniors, and so my 9th and 10th grade year was a rebuilding season. It was some games that we got blown out by so much, and we continued working hard, and to finally be able to say that we was a state championship champion in 11th grade was just unbelievable, and it was the best feeling in the world, and I'm just very thankful that we got this second one.
For me, winning state championship my junior year was more than I could even imagine. It was very overwhelming for me. Then losing Miranda, like everyone said, no one thought we would get this far. So just experiencing our growth as a team, pushing each other, just getting better, being a family, and actually pulling through for our senior year, me and Kendall's senior year, I don't have any words for how I feel. It was just even more amazing to win senior year too.
Well, me, like Mackenzie said, this is my first year playing this year, and winning a state championship is I think was a good boost for me coming from where I did come from, and to come back and be on top and to prove other people that said I wouldn't make it and say that other people wouldn't make it is a good booster.
For me, since this is my second one, uh, really the first one was more emotional, and we were just really happy that we all pulled it out together. But this year, it's just bragging rights. Everybody wanted to talk junk in the beginning of our season because we lost our first game, and everybody was saying, "Oh, see, y'all not gonna be anything." But then now we're back to back, so it's just really I'm just really happy that we won. Get to brag about it. Get to show off a new ring. That's
It's really exciting to win back-to-back, especially my 8th grade year and now my 9th grade year. It's truly a blessing.
For me, when we won in my 9th grade year, it was really unreal and surreal. It was really exciting, and it's a confidence booster for me.
So this is my first year on the team, and I'm really happy to be part of such a great team. And they went back to states again this year, and just made me feel happy that I got a chance to play in a state game too.
Well, it was actually pretty nice to win my 9th grade year and then back-to-back this year too. It was, like Ty said, emotional, and it felt good this year to win because, like, actually I really didn't know, but we came out with a win and it was fun.
All right, now good questions. What's Coach like off the court? All right, what's he like off the court? Who want to answer this question?
Coach. I'm just saying, he's a really nice guy. He's like a father figure to all of us on the court, off the court. We can come to him for anything. Personal issues, relationship problems, family issues. We can always run to Coach. But he's a big teddy bear. He's a big teddy bear. He can get serious when he has to. But other than that, he's a really cool guy. Fun, loves to joke around. Just a great guy.
Well, to me, Coach is like another father, and I am just so lucky that I've got to have him as my coach since 8th grade, and I'm going to miss him so much. But I just love how he keeps me happy all the time, puts a smile on my face, and that's just his personality.
I think everyone says that Coach is a father figure to them. I mean, that's just his personality. He's going to be there for everyone. For me, I came to this school when I was 8 years old, and he was my PE teacher. And immediately I had that connection with him. And then starting to play for him in 6th grade, I played for him throughout middle school and high school, and just having him there in my life really helps me. Basketball, like on the court and off the court.
Coach Craig here. This is for you. How much, and I think other coaches need to listen to this too, like in all honesty, because we look to you, you're a great coach, in all honesty. How much of coaching is a balance between the relationship you have with your players, adapting to your personnel that you have year in and year out, because you get different personnel with this, and just listening to your gut, trusting yourself, and getting the players to trust you?
Well, I think you kind of have to lead by example. Each year you have different players. And as a coach, you can't be so stubborn that you feel like your philosophy or no philosophy at all. My girls, it's changed. The philosophy that we had last year was totally different from this year. I didn't know a true identity of the team coming into the season. It was a work in progress, and throughout, I guess after about 10 or 11 games, I finally figured out what our true identity was. And, I told the girls that for us to be successful and to compete or have an opportunity to win another state championship, that we would have to play that style of play. And, all the girls bought into it. And, at times, you try not to single out one player or two players on your team that we're going to get the ball to, but I think all of our girls understood that we had to feed the post, and that was Morgan and Morgan and Erica. And, I think our girls bought into that. And if we hadn't have bought into that, I don't think we would have been as successful as we were this year. But, to answer your question, a coach has to adapt to his players. And, that's probably 100% of coaching. Each year you never know what you're going to get. And especially in the private school sector, the turnover rate, it changes from year to year. So you never know if you're going to have 10 players or you're going to have 5 players. And, we went through several seasons where we were going through the hallways trying to recruit players. And, I'm proud to say that we no longer have to do that. We have girls that want to make it to the next level, that want to learn as much as possible from me. And, I feel privileged and honored that girls really, really listen to what I have to say and want to learn from me. And, this is a great group, and I appreciate all their efforts this year.
Last question I have before I let you go. This goes to you. What does it say about this area when you've won as many championships since 2003, and you have 2 back-to-back? Crosstown, you have Martinsville winning state championships, Magna Vista's winning state championships. The boys here have won state championships. To you, what does it say about this area as far as being underrated by, I'm pretty sure y'all hear Rivals, Max Preps, Virginia Preps, VHSL Reference. I could continue to go on and on. But what does it say about this area that 276 can continue to bring home state championships?
Well, it says a lot about this area. Everyone talks about the negative things that go on in Martinsville and Henry County, but we have some positive aspects as well. With the sports teams in this area, with us winning back-to-back, Magna Vista football, Martinsville basketball, it says a lot about the area and the type of students we have in this area. We may be small in stature as far as the state, but, we have some very talented athletes and student athletes. I think about our team. We were never ranked number 1 in the state throughout the season. And I used that as motivation with our girls, and I told them, nobody respects us. So all the pressure is going to be on whoever's number 1. I knew the pressure wouldn't be on us coming in because we were defending state champs, and they didn't see fit to make us number 1. So I felt like the pressure was going to be on other teams. And, it actually happened. I think about, Martinsville. I saw on Max Preps, Rivals, that, they were predicted to lose. They ended up winning by 40-something, Magna Vista girls, in my opinion, kind of got a raw deal last week. I really hate that for them, because I have 4 cousins on that team, and I know they worked hard, to get to where they were, and, to lose on a call like that, I know that's got to be disheartening. And, Magna Vista boys, football, I commend them as well. Coach Favero and I went to high school together. Nice guy, he really works hard. My brother's actually on his staff there, so I have a lot of respect for them and what they've been doing and what they've been accomplishing. And, I just try to model our success off of others, and, we've won a lot of state championships here, and I can't take the credit for any of those. I was here to lead the girls, but they did majority of the work. I think about Coach Jones was here, and they won 4 championships. And, I think Carlisle girls basketball is one of the dynasties in the state of Virginia. I would dare to put us up against anyone. I've never been afraid to play anyone, whether the school had 1,500 kids or they had 100 kids. I'm the type of coach, I think you get better when you play other talented teams. And I think all the teams in this area do play tough schedules, and to win the way we have in the last couple of years, it's just a testament of Martinsville and Henry County. And I'm just proud to say that I live in Martinsville and Henry County, and I have a effect on student athletes.
Your local news is brought to you in part by eBay Enterprise.
Have you ever been so busy that you neglected your car? Stop by one of our 2 locations for a free 21-point inspection. We offer full-service oil changes, tire rotations, radiator flushes, and complete engine diagnostics. And don't forget, at Quick Lube, we offer a loyalty rewards program for every 6 full-service oil changes free. Quick Lube serving you with 2 locations, Ridgeway and Martinsville, or visit us online at quicklubeva.com.